I've never known y'all to evolve to become like this either. And what we can have as a good social standing just genuinely is the same thing for me. It genuinely is the same thing for me. I have the same values and competencies and things like that of like an actual kind. And this was actually all proven in things in moments. It was like that to somebody else, yeah, and there's nothing to get your hopes up about the pain and suffering of some social, like, inept person. No, I'm not. I'm not stupid either. I'm not a crit. And no, I am not stupid. And I've never heard all these sorts of things either. This is like the great catch of the world to me, because and this is actually like my happiness is actually to a very actual minimal compulsive degree actually is actually quite restrained and quite manoeuvred and quite differentiated in some actual incapricious like actual way that actually isn't quite valued. That actually humorously genuinely isn't in some genuine understandable comprehensible way to you. I experience things in a very comprehensible, genuine manner to myself, yes, I know to myself, yes, and with all due respect of what everyone else is saying, exactly. Yeah. Yes, to the bare minimum, to the bare, like, actual thing, I know, to the contrarian degree of self-shared consciousness and all the rest of it. Yeah, I wouldn't have the foggiest clue either. I wouldn't have the foggiest clue either when he says all these sorts of things. And they wouldn't realise that, not even to that degree, that Elon had, like done anything, like... Well, why wouldn't he just do that? I wouldn't. I would wonder as well. And this is what if this happened to you, and why the mockery on the inside actually isn't quite valued or actually determined. He's so beautiful to me in that sort of way to you, isn't he? Yeah, he's so beautiful, isn't he? Yeah, and all the rest of it, and all these sorts of things. Well, actually, it does actually have good actual like report and good like actual like understanding of like what it means to me at other times. And this is just generally, I am of good actual sound mind the whole time. I actually am of like actual good, sometimes quite irrefutably damaged, capricious capacity or whatever. I like the word again. Is very unusual and actually very extreme to happen to somebody. Yes, I know. Yes, I know, and it is yes, I know. It's like it's actually very scary, and actually it actually is quite defining in my career. It's quite defining in my career. Because this would prove to all sorts of people, wouldn't it? Yeah, I know. It would prove to all sorts of it, wouldn't it? All you and all the rest of it. You and all your friends. Well, I actually have a good like social standing. I do. I actually do have a good like actual like privileged relationship with you. Yeah, I actually do. Yeah, I think it should come forward that he was actually there and thought that you had something interesting, like that you just knew like things about normal society to yourself. You always very casual to me here. No. I'm on my own. I'm on my own. I'm white to myself to you. I'm blah blah and all these other things to you, aren't I? Well, I'm actually of like actual good like privileged social standing, like actual like well mannered, well received things. Very clinically well. Then yes. 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 Yes, and I have noticed many crazy things. What happened to me actually is quite unusual and strange, yes, and it would actually scare somebody else in the moment. There's actually nothing to be scared of. There was actually something bad that this happened. There was actually something actually very inhumane actually horrific happened to me. actually was quite genuinely quite analysed. I'll tell one of them, but yes, what is actually refuted and disagreed and denied at certain points is that I've actually made really is extreme actual good points or whatever, and this should actually be professionally studied by actual physical people. Yes, I do have a good proof and evidence in these videos of good social standing, good everything, and all of this to you it's all gonna be, oh, you just act it or you seem it. I'm actually, I am a human person who lives in the world, yeah, who lives in the world and just has all these things happen to them, and I don't believe them either sometimes. No, no, I don't believe them either sometimes. But what will have happened is that some people would have thought that you were literally just a deranged lunatic. And somebody wouldn't, there was actually some conclusive evidence when you said this, you wouldn't quite have understood. To somebody else was actually a real thing, was that they became somebody's who actually weren't some extraterrestrial government or police or anything to me in the first place, because because and this is why it would be so real to you to this little day. And then why it would be so real to you to this day isn't like that, actually, to me, for actual good reasons. It actually isn't like that to me for actual good reasons, and all these sorts of things. No, they're actual not good things or good actual responses to me for good actual reasons, and the deep conversation we could have are actually quite valuable to me and everyone else. Yes, and I actually do have good clarifiers, qualifiers, demeanours, well orchestrated things. I never had any categorical anything to myself. It isn't actually a conspiratory wise thing. You wouldn't want to conspiratize or think there's anything pleasing or pleasurable about any of it. I am actually just a really good person who genuinely just lives in the world and just tries to do what they try to do with themselves. And what everyone else would realise is that literally is all it is, yeah. Yeah, and that really is literally it. I'm just a regular person, and from the bottom line, we got it from the juice at the bottom line, and then we got the rest of it. Okay. So I'm just saying, there's nobody around me. There is nobody around me, and I'm of a complete social standing, good, well-meaning, well-respected family, like upbringing, and that actually is like quite. Like, leave him alone, innit? Yeah, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, innit? Yeah, leave him alone. Leave him alone. You were just about to explain that. You were just about to explain that. Had anyone else ever said anything to you otherwise, you would have said, you would have thought all sorts of different things, I know. You would have thought all sorts of different things, I know, but this is what they should actually qualify as, like, actually understanding, is that there is actually somebody who is a lot of a likeness to Musk, who actually is actually, like, with my person sometimes, who actually does actually identify me as actually a bit of, like, a supernatural thing rather than anything else, who actually has been confirmed or denied. You understand him to be a real human being in the world as well. And whether or not I just seem cocky and arrogant for some completely bizarre delusional reason to you, no, actually, it isn't actually all bizarre and delusional to me for actual good social, like actual pleasurable, interesting ways that genuinely are quite like defining to me, yes. They actually are quite genuinely quite defining to me, because I'm such a genuine human being, genuinely. And what I would literally say to you is that don't tell them off, because what you wouldn't realise is that there's no reason for any of these. There's no reason to be scared or afraid of me, or certainly not of anything else at this time, yeah. But I have cared about other people, and there was some genuine strategic back and forth involvement about what would literally happen to that. Unless you were literally like saying to somebody else, there was actually some actual small contact with my person that was in a technicolor way that actually wasn't actually badly refuted by me at all at any like any of the proceedings or the stages, no. No, they were never actually like good refutals, or they were never good rebuttals, and they were never good actual like constraining like factors of me in that sort of way. It just is what is going on in some genuine way of some horror that actually isn't actually like good or right, and it's actually very wrong and bad to do to me. But actually is actually quite horrifying over time in a way that I just wouldn't think about it after so long, and I would feel very bitter. I would genuinely, I know, I do have good values, and I have good, like, genuine participant in things, and this hasn't cured me or healed me of anything. And it would be, I thought it had, sorry, like that, at this, like, actual present moment in, like, my actual life, yes. In some, like, genuine way of, like at some cut-off standish point that I had never heard of these things, I can accurately depict and actually describe. I have a rational, I am of good sound and healthy mind, of like an actual kind, and it's all easily understandable, digestible, explainable, and you can believe me, and you can refute me at certain points quite well and good. I'm aware as well. Yes, and all these sorts of strategic sort of things, sort of just very scary things, aren't real to you. No, they're not real to me. No, but they do actually have like an actual strenuous, actual capacity to hurt me in some sort of way, in a technicolor that isn't like I would have thought either. Okay, and I would have cared about your children, and you would care about my children, or whatever in it. Yeah, like, and it was all these sort of things, always very minute, discordant sort of things, wasn't it? Well, there's nothing actually to be afraid of, and it is about me or anything else. I'm actually not of a mental health like kind to myself, in some actual like genuine recoformable, like genuine, like honourable way that is of a minute. To me, for actual good value constrainable, confectable, with shocking reasons on a very second-to-second basis, and you still wouldn't believe me. You have every reason just to think, oh God, no, he knows what he's on about. You have every reason to think, oh God, no, he just knows what he's on about. And for all these sort of contrary reasons, I like the word as well. I like the fact I use the word as well. But I wouldn't say that I was like it's characterizing this featural thing. Like, cracks me up. Cracks me up that the guy's in there. But he's actually quite a good social, like actual social. I'm actually a very social person with ideas and things. Like, actually is quite actually I really want to post it urgently because I just want somebody to be able to study it in the physical world. But there is actually somebody on my like actual instance of being and living that actually does actually understand me in some actual cognizant way. Yes, yes, it does actually understand me in some cognizant way. And it's actually quite like well defined here. What I experience is actually very well defined here, and there's no need to be worried or unsettled. And I do laugh. I do laugh. I do laugh to me at the time. Yes. Yes. The fact that I wouldn't have said so either. I wouldn't have said so all these things either. No, and I wouldn't have dismantled you and discorded you in all these sorts of ways if I'd really known genuinely that you had just literally just explained to somebody else that you were just a person just living in the world who had never heard of these people being able to do these sorts of things, or incompetences. Sometimes it genuinely was quite genuinely recuperable, like genuinely like irrespectable, like irrespective, like sometimes a good genuine report of like what was happening and why. What was happening and why, in like a good sociable way. That actually wasn't normal to me. No, none of this is normal to me. None of what I experience is normal to me, and sometimes it is quite like that towards me in some high functioning, prestigious way and all the rest of it. Wow, I am actually just my one person to myself, and it's all to yourself. Oh, come on, to yourself. It's all going to be all sorts of fucking things to everyone else, isn't it? Well, look at why he says that to somebody else. What